Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, agents. I am Mounty Colonel, and welcome to a update for 1.7. This is going to cover the commendations, and we're going to go ahead and check our opinions and angers and editorials at the door, and just go ahead and give you the overview of what 1.7 commendations means. And so they have an exciting 1.7 feature that they're presenting to you, and we're going to give you the breakdown of it today. Once originally it was called feats. That's what they announced during the Year 1 celebration, but now it has been changed to commendations, and they are a built-in achievement system that Massive is introducing into the game in 1.7 to provide the players with a series of tasks and rewards and stuff that you can do. So these tasks have three major goals in mind. One, to provide a challenge to the players that will reward them based on their skill and perseverance in the game. Number two, encourage players to experiment within the structure of the game as a way to explore all the possibilities inside the division. And number three, reward the players with something special and new as a way to showcase their success in the game. Currently, Massive is looking at including over 500 different commendations to support all modes and aspects of the division, including PvP and PvE. They are going to focus on making these obtainable for all types of agents. The team plans to implement specific commendations for the many different roles and play styles, with a variety of short, mid, and long-term tasks that are all going to contribute to your entire profile worth of characters. Now, the commendation types will be compiled for three main branches of tasks. One, challenges, complete an action or stipulations increasing the challenge. Number two, statistical, achieve a milestone, a specific statistic like killing people in the game or doing 50 missions or something like that. And checklist, which is going to obviously be the longer one, where you complete a checklist of actions that are all related to one another. And as mentioned earlier, the commendations will vary in terms of length, difficulty requirement, and even the modes that they can be completed in, which means naturally that the rewards should be scaled in a sense to make the player feel accomplished accordingly. That means they're going to go ahead and give you rewards based on the commendation that you get. And this is where the commendation score comes into play. Every commendation completed in the game will reward you with a commendation score amount relative to the difficulty level as determined by the parameters that Massive is outlined. This is the account-wide statistic that will appear in a player's UI, not only for the player view, but outwardly visible for other agents across the division. And they're going to be patches. These are the patches that go on your arm, the final mark of the exemplary agent, earned only through commendation and entirely new to the division is the instance of vanity item patches. These are all new items that will be worn on the agent's right arm, replacing the shade icon so you don't have to look at the eagle anymore, and are available in a wide variety of designs. This is going to be what's going to tell what it is that things that people are going to do, because 500 commendations, I mean, that's a lot, and they're not going to make 500 patches. I guarantee it. That is a lot of patches to do. I guarantee you're going to see a lot of variety and stuff like that, but 500 patches seems almost impossible to go ahead and wrap my head around. But these will not only provide a means to display the proficiency of what agents can do with commendations, they're going to be increasingly rare as difficulty of the commendations needed to earn grows. Now, with commendations, you and your squad can help each other climb through the ranks and be the most highly decorated agents in the DZ, or hunting in a single rare patch for PvE and all of this. So keep an eye out for more information on commendations here coming in the future. But here's a few screens. I went ahead and pulled these now. I went ahead and just pulled all of this information. This was released yesterday by Massive. So if you want to go ahead, I'll leave a link down in the description where you can find all of this information, because commendations, like, I like to share my full opinion on them, but honestly, I think this is good. More stuff in the game is going to help encourage people to be playing it. And this actually, who knows, there are people out there who are achievement hunters, they're commendation hunters. They're going to want to join this just to go ahead and get that, that one commendation that nobody else has. And that's, and some people are going to have those commendations from the start because they've gone through all the legendary missions, or they've done all of the incursions on, the heroic difficulty and stuff like that. So those are going to be the commendations that people are really going to look after. But there's going to be that one commendation where the patch is just so cool that everybody's going to want to have that patch. It's basically going to be the meta patch, and it's, or a nicotine patch, whatever it is to calm your craving, so Those are the things that are really going to stand out. So I encourage you to, get excited, get pumped, because the commendations are just going to be another way for you to go ahead and change the way you play. It's going to encourage people to play a different meta, and I think that's why they're doing part of this, is because they want to encourage people to play different metas and stuff like that. And as you can see at the very bottom of some of these screens, it's going to say completed commendations, and there's going to be, right now it says 21 out of 110, but they're looking at doing over 500. So I'm sure that even if there's not 110 or whatever it is that's going to be in the game when it starts, they're going to work their way up to 500. And I'm sure that if they implement one, it's going to be retroactive if you've already done all that stuff, because all that stuff is tracked in the game anyways. So we'll just go ahead and look at it and see what it is, and we'll go for that and see where we can go ahead and fit ourselves into this commendation breakdown. And I think it's going to be cool. I do like the logo designs, and I think that there's going to be a lot of different people. I don't ever look at people's shoulders because of that shade, but I might actually start looking at it now. I think it's going to be like the Rainbow Six little thing, that little dongle that you put on your gun. Nobody's gonna really see it except for you. That's the thing. I don't think it's gonna be big enough. It might be something that they could have added somewhere else, like at least like a title that goes under your name or something like that. That would add to it. I would enjoy that little piece right there as the title that goes underneath your name. And there's going to be a lot more coming out. I'm really hoping that they take my advice and make that rogue patch in the non-rogue patch. That would be awesome. I would love that. That would be one of the best things ever. And it would be cool if some of the other ones gave you some sort of, little boost or something like that, whatever it is, patch that, if you've ended up sprinting for 12,000 meters in the game or something like that, you get a little patch and it increases your speed boost or something like that. There's something that they can add in that would be, beneficial to the game. Like 1%, give it a 1% boost to accuracy or something like that. Something that you could actually add into the game that's not just a vanity item. It's a, promotional bonus or something like that, because you did do that and you did get it. And that would actually, it would promote people for going in and playing even more and going to achieve the more harder, impossible ones, and even put in tiers of different patches. Like, hey, this is the D tier down here. It's basically your common commendation, where pretty much you just walk outside and you got commendation for going outside. And then you got the next tier up, which is like the green or the blue tier. Let's just go ahead and name it the classifications of the weapons that it is. So this one up here is the blue tier. They're a little bit harder to get, but they're not really that hard. It's basically going through and finishing the missions. Those are the easy ones. Next one up, gold tier. These are the high-end tiers. These are going to be a little bit more difficult. This is like killing 1,000 enemies or doing something like that. Something that you're going to earn over the course of time, but not really. And then you got the mint green tier or the exotic tier at the top, which are the ones like going through and completing a legendary solo or completing a legendary without going down, something like that. Something that will actually give people to shoot for. And those top exotic tiers would be cool if they came with some sort of like additional bonus, like the one I talked about going rogue, so killing 500 rogues in the DZ gets you this patch that makes sure that you will never go rogue in the DZ. You can go ahead, and those people that are running blockers for the rogues and stuff like that, those won't even matter, because you'll just shoot right through them and you'll get that stuff. That would be awesome. I would be on board with getting a bonus for doing the most difficult stuff in the game and having that attached to the patch. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this. I hope I gave you a good breakdown of the article that came out on the 1.7 commendations. We're gonna have more as things progress. There's going to be the console PTS. Hopefully we'll be able to get you some of that as well, and so we'll go ahead and do that. If you like this video, go ahead and drop a like on it. Obviously I did not, I just gleaned the information from the website. If you want to go to the website, read it for yourself and look at the pictures for yourself, you are more than willing to do that. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time. Agent out.